that bad.
It's okay, guys.
Showing them one more time. Now, last but not least, Ybob is going for the altruistic healing Bunker Guardian. Teamfight support. He wants to be in the teamfights and not on his own, as we've said earlier when we've seen that exact build on other Guardians. So, we're gonna start into the game. It's gonna be Team Champignon, or we're probably gonna call them Mush, or Mush, versus Purple Smokers.
Indeedy-do. And that was a horrible phrase I just used.
Oh, choked down!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Syndrome now come for the rescue. He is putting down the refuge. We have the knockback on him and the damage poisonous on him. Vulnerability, he has to disengage. The Bunker Guardian taken out in the first couple of seconds of the match. That is huge and could lead to a very, very painful engage for Purple Smokers on the mid.
I do believe so. This is an early defeat there. The Purple Smoker's doing a fantastic job at just taking out any kind of support potential from the team at mid. They do still, of course, have Tommy as well, so he's very good elementalist. Should be okay for a while. We do have Ilt here as well, but you know he's not offering up as much support, obviously, with those signets he's running currently. He's doing a nice job though. He's still at full HP. Still, they're bunkering down on this node very well, and I do believe we've got Toad back at the mid as well. So even though that early kill was quite good for them, hasn't really helped. It's meant that they've potentially got down the Ellie's quite low, and they've actually used up a lot of cooldowns, but.
Kaza now coming back from oh, we might see a decap also. Ilt going down with the damage on Kaza. We do have the decap on the henge from Prototype, who used his moment of opportunity while Tabs was busy doing Chieftain. Now only points incoming for Team Champignon or Team Mush. Toad and Ybob in the mid, just well, standing around and hitting each other a bit, but Kaza could do something very interesting, so apply some damage in that matchup, but deciding to disengage again and help out his Tabs, his elemental friend, who just lost the cap. Vapor formed onto the point, but is gonna get stamped before. No! There we go with the Venom. Nice prepared, but he can't really do it. Port and interrupt. That were some moves, and now the two are going to take out Prototype fairly quickly. Nice move in the 1v1. Prototype taking out the Elementalist pretty strong.
Yeah, but the support that came in from that timing, man, jeez, from Kazez, that was a very nice play from him. Having a look at the mid now, we've got Drazia versus Toad. Now, Toad needs some support soon. He is going to get it from Iltz, of course, over there on the midpoint. Having a look over quickly at the mine, just as we see Cinderer and also Tommy versus Purple Ybab at the moment, so he's a bit out of position here.
Attempting to get the res, but the Shatter comes in and puts too much pressure on Ilt, forcing down Toad from downstate to death. And now the Condition Elementalist will fall soon after. He can't really sustain that damage that long. Kazer's on him, Drazia is on him. The Pain Train is gonna have its effect. Bring him down and bring the double cap back, or, well, put it into existence in the first place for Purple Smokers. Although if Cinderer is fast, he's trying to get a target, ports on, catches Drazia, puts down the damage, almost dies himself, but there's nobody really to stomp. Maybe Prototype with fear. No, the rest is secure.
Yeah, he's just dropping down a lot of torment on his targets, but he's getting bursted fast. Needs to pop off that heal. He has indeed. Death Shard's up very, very shortly. He needs to try and get into that, which is what he's done. It's just really for survival purposes more than anything else at the moment, to be fair. He does have that fear, of course, just in case someone does decide to chase him. But he's had to go off now to reset, and I believe he's going to have a bit of a swap out for Ilt. He's going to be a little bit more sustained on node, and he's going to be able to actually survive. So he's coming up. We've still got Drazia doing a lot of good job at just ranging on the top of the point at the moment.
A risky move with a couple of conditions and a really low HP pool, splitting off from the team to try and disengage without being noticed, but Kazia noticed him and took him down outside of the actual team fight. Now the rest could be quite tricky with that. We do have the rest actually with 3 people, but the mid fight is trying to take out Tommy Tom, not with huge success. Line of warding there, knocking him down, but he can disengage now with Toad back on point. And on the side we have a down Cinderer going for the decap on the henge point, currently not defended, using the invisibility and of course the Heartseeker to gain some mobility. Tabs coming on point, no decap there, but rather teamfight potential.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, in this point, 2v2 maybe over on the edge, so it's very even. We've got that decap happening over on the mine from Kazez, which means Ilt's going to have to it's just going to have to get back over to that node to make sure it's actually contested. He might get a full cap over there. They need to take up Purple Wybab. Again, you know, they're actually leaving Purple Wybab in positions where he's on his own and he's not as useful. You know, he can just keep the point contested, of course, and he probably will against Tommy for quite a long time, but he's not involved in that team fight. But we have seen this a lot from these guys, and they've been okay.
Yeah.
So
Train comes back, Syndrome down, Prototype down, situation cleared. Now back to the aggression on mid. We have a 1v1. That is not the 1v1 that Purple Kaza is looking for, especially the Condi Elementalist. I don't think he's going to fare that well. A little bit better than we might see a backstab alley there, but still difficult matchup for him, I'd say. We're going to have a look at that in a couple of... Oh, he might disengage. Looks like it mid-fight. Now Toad and Tommy Tom Tom both retreating from the point. Toad needs to get back on it to keep it neutral. Tommy Tom Tom now in for the support, but Draze as well as Farah and Wybob are there. Syndra coming in from the side, trying to take out the Mesmer, but not really managing to. Nice port up to the high ground of the keep there.
Yeah, good job from him. Oh, we're going to see Syndra going out from the mid, actually. It looks like he might be able to get a potential chieftain kill over from that was pulled by taps. So whether or not he's going to let reset. Yeah, so he's making taps aware that he's not going to be able to get those kills easy. But look, as that happened to Prototype, we got the decap. That was touch. That was so good. Sneaky. That was really, really good. Nice play from Prototype. A nice distraction from Syndra there as well, and they're going to use that combination to actually try and take out taps to get off node. But we are going to see Purple Feral coming on here, so that's going to be a bit of an extended 2v2 over on that node. Although Prototype is having some issues, we're going to see Tommy being really low and actually going down to Draze and the combination of Wybub there, so he's going to cap that point, and we might see Wybub going over to that node to try and stay on point versus Ilt, while Kazers is just going to pop in and do damage wherever he can. So here we go. We've seen Toad actually seeing that Purple Wybub's doing that cross as well, and he's going to come into the point.
Kazea's trying to be as sneaky. Kazea's trying to be as sneaky as he can to keep that neutral until Wybob gets on the point. Might actually die. Tries to get into a position for res or really survive. No, surviving is not an option. Oh, dodge too far off point. Wybob. There comes the port. There comes the knockback, and the res is safe, but risky. Very risky to dodge that far off point. Then wrong direction. Wrong direction picked in that instance. Now the cap in mid might get lost really soon. Syndra trying to go there, but Draze got the call from Tabs. Yeah,
sorry, over on the mine. Wow, that's nice. Good job. Stop the res there. I've got a theory as why Kazza actually did that. I mean, dodging off point and dying where he did, so he can then do a maximum port back to his friend to get the res, means that they have to move afterwards.
Again. Knockback of both in the same direction. Although that doesn't really change anything. But now Champignons are getting back the cap on the mine. We do have a double outer point cap for them. Prototype currently in a 1v2 on the hench point. And that's not going good for him from the side. We have Toad coming in almost in the decap, but Toad on point fast enough. Now we have Prototype dying in a position where he can actually be rest. We do have the line of warding. We don't have that much damage on him since Kazia was needed to stay on a short bow there instead of swapping over to his dagger.
How are Blue going to pull this point node back? Because at the moment, red teaming the current about the next 20-30 seconds, they're actually going to start to overtake. Sorry, maybe a little bit longer than that. Overtake and start winning this game at the moment. So Blue needs to maybe just defend this. The midpoint, clean that up, which is exactly what they did, taking Syndra down on the east side of that node. And it looks like they're pushing back towards the close point of the red team at the moment. That's probably I don't know. That's probably the easier fight. They're bursted down. Really, really low there, but he's been able to regenerate quite quickly, and we got a bit of a 3v1 situation. Toad's coming into the node down.
Go back onto the point. Oh, he just barely noticed it. Prototype again looking for the 1v1 against a Elementalist, and with a double Elementalist team, he doesn't have to look that hard to find one. Now, Fear coming out. We do have the stun breaker applied. Tab still on point, but the cap might be lost quite soon. And we have the last stun breaker. The next Fear cannot be negated. There it goes. decap comes. Wybop a little bit too late. They aren't gonna lose the fight, but they lost the cap, and now again the opportunity with the Hench and especially the Chieftain trio. Is it just a fake pull? Might be a fake pull.
He's just trying to get some range.
They are making up a little bit of the lead. We have now again getting the cap for Purple Smokers on the Hench point and engaging in mid. Because Prototype is having some troubles, and Syndra, this is not the combination you want on that point.
At the moment, Wybop coming in, he's going to be able to get that down as well, and we have a lot of stability here. So this point is going to be blue teams in a matter of seconds unless someone can get on it. We are going to see the 2-cat coming out, and they're going to keep the lead that they did have before. So sustaining a lead, losing their points here and there, but Red not being consistent in their point holding, and I think a little bit on the rotations, a little bit weaker than Blue at the moment. They're dedicating the players to the right points. They've been quite offensive, attacking the defensive point, of course the close point of the Red team as well, so it's quite daring in itself.
Nice move there, Farah, in anticipation of the engage of Syndra, casting his Earth Attunement 5 and just flashing into his direction, immediately giving some bleedings and some damage. Now we have the Mass Invisibility from Draze, but that might cost them. That cost them the cap. The Mass Invisibility from Draze to save himself cost the cap. Now neutral. We still have the midpoint, but there we have some problems for Taps. Prototype is there, of course, with the fears and also some knockbacks and crowd control, as well as just damage assistance and manpower from Tommy Tom Tom. May be able to get the mid cap in a couple of seconds, at least the decap quite soon, but Kaze going for the decap on the undefended Hench.
Indeed, so that's the any chance of them coming back into this game at the moment has been taken out, of course, by sorry, who's that? Kaze's there, and Tommy's coming back over. He should be able to get on the node, actually, just make sure this isn't going to be a blue team cap. The fear comes out there. That was a nice job, and actually Drazi just picking up, knowing that Tommy's wow. That burst. That burst was insane. Especially for an Elementalist as well. He had no chance there. And Red Team currently attacking mid. Gonna maybe get the decap. Purple Pharaoh doing a nice job trying to get the knockback.
Taps on the... Oh, the fear. The fear coming in immediately after Taps joins the fight. Manages to keep Pharaoh alive. But the decap still comes through. We have almost... well, we have a 70-point advantage now for Purple Smokers, and considering we are only 70 points away from them winning this game, it's really getting close. We need Mush to pull a decap on the Hench and keep it that way. Maybe trying to get the Svanir. No, some aggression from Tommy Tom Tom on the Hench point, but immediately matched by Draze, who really wants the 1v1. Taps also falling back, and the mid is just sustained by both Guardians.
Yeah, which is just them pressing one against each other currently. Prototype going over towards the Henge as well to try and offer us some support there. Draze trying to take him out before getting to the point, but get feared off node. Sorry, away from the point, which is a nice job from
Kaza maybe going for a steal on the Swanee. He has it targeted. We have Ilge knocked back. Actually, now the moment for the possible steal. There we go. Kaza stealing the Swanee, and with that pretty much winning the game for them. The chance of Mush coming back is now really not there anymore. Mid is still neutral. We have the cap on the Hench, and that is going to bring the points to an eventual 500 and bringing the win for Purple Smokers, the first one in this best of 3. You're muted, Jebro. No clue how you managed to do that.
That was weird. Yeah, I must have pressed the hotkey. It was very close for a long time, but like I said earlier in the game, the blue team's rotations were just a bit more on point. You know, they were more consistent in them. They didn't need to win all the fights they were winning because. Sorry, they need to win all the fights on the map as they were out rotating. They got several decaps. That combination of getting Kazers on node versus and then Tommy Tom Tom, sorry, coming in, and then the thief calling upon his Mesmer saying, "Dude, get your butt in here, because we can just nail this guy quickly, get the cap, and we can just bail." And I'm like, that was insane insane burst, man. That was so nice, especially on a player like
And
Tommy. You know, I'm not sure how many cooldowns he had, but yeah.
I don't want to disappoint you, but I actually missed the key moment there. I was on another point and only switched there once you said it.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, so Purple Smokers beat the team that beat TCG, although with Taxby, but still, it's TCG. The team that will be going to China.
Indeed, yes. It should be quite exciting. Should be quite exciting.
I mean, we had Purple Smokers. Wait, did we actually have a matchup them against TCG? I can't remember. I think they managed to pick up a game once. But teams always play differently with other teams. There are teams that maybe could beat TCG, but completely get stomped by, for example, let's take Exaltation. Or it's always a back and forth. It doesn't mean that Purple Smokers is definitely going to beat TCG since Champignon beat TCG. That's not really how we can see it. But still, TCG out in the quarterfinals, and now we have 2 French teams. I just want to mention 2 French teams.
Yeah, indeed, that's very important as well. I'm happy that we've got some French people here.
Waffle is gonna make a backflip out of happiness.
I may need to bail for a short moment.
Okay.
Something quite crazy is happening with at the moment in the UK. There's a lot of fireworks going on, and I can sense my dog is about to go completely mental. So hopefully that won't happen, but I may need to bail very quickly just for random seconds while that happens.
Yeah, sure.
Just warning. Just warning.
No problem. I'm used to you leaving me alone. No worries. I can sustain a solo cast for a couple of seconds, but be quick about it, because we are gonna go into the second match. Purple Smokers could now ensure their win and ensure them going into the finals, and then maybe winning. Well, pretty much the winner of this already has 100 euros secure. That's how you gotta see it. And now we're gonna have a look at the splits. Team Champignon on the red side and Purple Smokers on the blue side.
Seen the blue team doing a bit of a stealth, looks like building up that might stacks as well, and then building up some stealth as they run into mid, wondering who their main target is going to be. There's only one, it's got to be Toad. Here we go. Oh, the burst only takes it down. Look at that, gets back to full health, but he has used a lot of cooldowns in doing so, of course, so that is very, very good from the blue team. But of course, Toad is still up and is alive, coming back off node to actually line of sight, well, not line of sight completely, sorry, but just to make sure that he is going to be safe on that point.
He just really used everything now. We have Prototype falling back, using his worm to fall back to an advantageous position. Now the mid fight is being pushed out toward the red side. Syndra again engaging into the enemy lines, trying to take Drazé out, not quite managing it, half HP. We do have Tabs as a support, of course, also keeping an eye on the waterfall point. Now Prototype trying to come through and maybe also looking for the 1v1 against Elementalists again. That has worked out quite well in the previous games, so that might be what he is looking for. Decap attempt from Kaze, but we do have Tommy Tom Tom being quick enough with the flash there, and Syndra trying to pick him off as he tries to get back into the mid fight. In the refuge at the moment, Ild on the side ate a lot of damage. Also Toad. We have a little bit of a split focus between the Condi Elementalist and the Bunker Guardian.
Yeah, this is nice. I'm just having a look at this over a waterfall. Prototype not having much luck against taps, of course. Toad really low HP, actually. Being focused on by Drazzy from behind on the mid node. Low HP, no cooldowns left. Really surviving just purely on the mace skills he's about to put down.
7
also the
seconds
dodges,
until renewed focus. That is not going to be it.
Oh,
we have
poison.
the poison on him. Auto attack from
Kaze.
Kaze. Poison put down. He is in a really uncomfortable position there in terms of being rest, but also being stomped. Not really an option. We do we have the thief going for it? No. Res from 2 people. Now Kazer and Wybob there. Stomp's not going to happen. Toad is back up. And now again with some cooldowns to defend against the damage potential from Purple Smokers. Now Syndrina going for the decap. We have taps on him. Fiery Great Zone is thrown down. There comes the flash. On point. Fast enough. No decap there. Currently 1 point in between these 2 teams.
1 point of pitch. This is good. This is going to be a close game, I can tell. But as far as comes, this is still quite early, as we of course do have, you know, the kind of settling of the map. Blue team coming back from the defense of the waterfall, pushing back into the mid. We have Prototype versus Sin. Sorry, not versus Sin, because this is on the same team. Versus Keza, sorry, on the side of the node, coming back into mid. Look at the red team rallying round to make sure that the people, well, the Prototype's going to be okay, which is just about actually. Look at the healing and the support coming out from Tommy there. But we're going to see Kazla's trying to get some focus on him as well. Going into Death Shard, he's going to be okay for now. And with Tommy there, that means they're going to push actually Kazla's off. Oh no, he's got that focus back on him. I need to be careful about Prototype.
We have Draza down. Toad is going in for the stomp now, not managing to walk up the hill. Stairs are too hard on the hill apparently as well, using the Mesmer downside ability, going into stealth and a save res. Now Swindon with the decap on the waterfall against 2 people, but Toad pushing over to keep this one neutral. That's now really good for the red team. Swindon directly disengaging to try and get something done in the mid fight, maybe being caught off guard on his way back. Also Ilt. The focus on you either see Syndrina or, well, you kind of have the focus all over the place. We don't really see any strong strong direction towards Prototype or something, but just everyone who comes into sight is focused by Purple Smokers. They don't really have a focus, so to say.
No.
At least not a specific one.
That's true. I mean, but getting back onto the point at the moment, Draza is just doing a nice job at just getting in on the important moments when he needs to get that shatter damage and getting close with his clones as well. And it's really, really nice at the moment. Syndra going down just on the point of the waterfall. He's not going to get rezzed anytime soon. I wouldn't like to get involved in that cleave, especially from Toad. Toad needs... Oh, look at that! Oh, the Earth Attunement with the wall there was a really nice effort to try and keep him away from Syndra. Syndra is not going to be res. He's going to go down, and so is Toad. And from those guys, I mean, it was a nice combo between Taps and Draza there, actually. Some nice damage with sustained burning and conditions was really exceptional.
They picked up a bit of a lead. Only the problem is that when you lose one of the early team fights, then this map can snowball. We now see Purple Smokers collapsing onto the midpoint, bringing down Ilt immediately. Tommy Tom Tom already down, Vapor forming Syndrina, the first to respawn from the side. We also might see Prototype coming back in. No, he's gonna defend the quarry point and have an eye on that. Doesn't really trust Kazer to stay in the mid. We do have Toad coming back soon. Is he going to be able to... Oh! We actually see the pod away from Toad. Therefore the rest not really possible. Should have chosen the other direction. Might have been able to, but held the point long enough for Toad to get back on it. Prototype here, but only Toad. Might also be quite an easy target. Do we have a mower up? No, he's playing with Mars Invisibility. Never mind.
Mars Invisibility. Indeed. Toad going down just on that point there. He's going to go down to Wybab, of course, having that stability, so he's going to be okay. Tommy going down. Now, red team, they're suffering in these fights at the moment. Blue team,
but they're getting
doing
the
a fantastic job.
They're getting the decaps again on Waterfall.
That's the thing. I mean, that's the reason, isn't it? Because they're pulling the people out of the fights and they're getting those decaps and slowly just always keeping one node. Prototype, sorry, over on the quarry. You know, it's slowly but surely, and it's working at the moment. Only 35 points or so ahead.
Mid-cap is now hurting. Up until now, they managed to kind of, with a nice push towards the waterfall, peel enough people off the mid to maybe sustain it with just one person defending it and keeping it neutral. But now with the mid-cap happening, the push towards the waterfall, once it fails, that's going to hurt. That's going to cost them their 30-point lead at the moment. We have Tommy Tom Tom now also. This is kind of Predator esporting now. Still calling it that, even though the team doesn't exist anymore. At least not under that name.
Yeah, because we could just call it. We'll come up with a new name and we'll update you as soon as it becomes available. Tommy really is the main focus over on this node. Toad obviously just the sustained damage on point from Taps and Farrar. They're splitting their forces quite well because Tommy can't get anywhere near Toad at the moment because he's trying to kite. He's trying to line of sight as much as he possibly can, trying to get that, which was a really nice move actually using that. Oh, that was how the hell did he survive? How? Like the amount of CC he did just then to get out of that. He's going to go down now, but to be fair, that was pretty good effort from Tommy.
Yeah, but the damage is going to be too much for Toad to res. He also eats a lot of damage. They are really clinging on to their lifeline. The decap waterfall is what keeps the red team alive here. Now, the pushback onto Drazé might be another opportunity, but Syndra almost going down. He falls down. First conditions on Drazé also down. Can he port? He is gonna port. No! He didn't port far enough. Or was it? No, I think we did just see... Yeah, we did see an Infiltrator Signet Stomp. So with that, securing the rally on Drazé, and now definitely the advantage for Purple Smokers on this waterfall fight.
Indeed, and it's looking quite good for them. Hopefully, not seeing any other action. Even with Wirebab over on the mid, I mean, they're not really that reliant upon him, are they, as a bunker support guardian? I mean, he's very much in the 1v1s, and then they support him, you know, and they switch between the nodes. It's really nice work from Purple Smokers. Feels patient.
Where's
and
Prototype
defensive.
going? What's he trying to do? Really?
That
way only. Oh, being sneaky. Is it? No.
Yes.
Not that.
No.
You can't be that sneaky. That's just too much.
Yeah.
Maybe as a thief,
but it's not worked because he's losing the quarry. This is quite significant.
His first aggression towards the midpoint, trying to be sneaky, and now quarry is gone.
That bored him.
Yeah, he didn't want to stay there anymore. We did see a switch. We now have. Oh wait. Oh yeah, no, Ybob switched out to the quarry and is now keeping that again in a 1v1, and the mid is looked after by one of the elementalists. It was Farah up until now. We do have Drazé down, Farah coming in for the rest. We don't really have any damage on the corpse. Ild is maybe applying some condition, and we now do have too much damage for Farah to really stay on that res. Getting the Mesmer back up might be kind of tricky. Tabs still on the point, still keeping it neutral. But they don't have to. They could fall back and try and take out Prototype if they want. One Elemental is already falling back. Farah might want to push towards the quarry right now. The problem is the entire red team is now pushing towards the midpoint as well. So one Elementalist is not going to stand there for long. Or he is if they completely ignore him.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, it's so even right now. They're just flipping these side nose points, and it's just absolutely insane. And they need to be very, 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 very careful at the moment. Very careful. I mean, look at our Prototype's going back to the okay. I think he's just worried that he's been followed there. But here we go. He needs to be careful because Cinder is down. He can come back. That's it. Perfect play form there, trying to get that res as well.
Really?
So he's going to be okay.
Completely wasted plague form there. Yeah.
That was interesting. I think maybe he was going for a plague res or something. I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
He was, but there was no damage on him.
Came out.
He wanted to be safe. He wanted to be safe, and maybe
instead of sorry, Nick.
Better safe than sorry. Exactly. Syndra trying to get out. He is, of course, running with the Panic Strike, which means he also picked up Shadow's Embrace. Very handy to try and get out of fights and also clear yourself the conditions. We now have Tommy Tom seems a little bit bored and is going for the gate, opening up the opportunity to go for a Lord Rush. Currently 2 points. 2 points is the difference between these two teams, and the preparation for the Lord Rush might really be what puts the red team at an advantage now. That might very well be the case. Drazé was gotten back up. He manages to get out. No, runs into the hands of Syndrina. Still with the blink onto the midpoint, because that also needs to be kept in their... Captain Blue, Syndrina now disengaging. No, they're gonna go for the Lord. They're gonna go for the Lord. Tommy Tom is already added.
He can solo the Lord as well, quite well, as I remember correctly. I mean, he's at 80% now. He's got the knockback, of course, but with Syndra here as well, what are they thinking? They
No
only need,
reaction
like,
whatsoever.
no move whatsoever. A blue team confident, and they're not going to do a 2v.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
Completely
Fine.
no reaction towards a two-man Lord Rush from Team Mush or Champignon. They equalize the score, and we're going into a third match.
Awesomeness. Awesomeness. Flippin'.
Did they just not notice? They must have gotten the message.
I'm a bit shocked, if I'm honest.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've seen kind of the sneaky Lord Rush. Or the sneaky Lord kill.
It wasn't so sneaky because we actually caught it. Because the sneakiest ones are the ones where we don't catch it and we're like, what happened?
Let's be honest. The sneakiness of a Lord Rush is not really in any correlation of us catching it. Sometimes we miss really obvious ones.
Never because we're being a bit lame, but it's just because we actually, you know, you're in a team fight or something and just like, what?
Yeah.
Is going down somewhere across the map. But yeah, spread the news, guys. We're almost to the final of the first ESL Go4 Cup. Let's hit 1K viewers plus. I want to see 1K. We're only 31 away from that. If we can hit 1K viewers, that would be sweet. And I'm pretty sure that if that happens, ESL have said they're going to do a gem giveaway. So that is very much something to tell your friends about.
Target to work towards. Nice.
Indeed.
Okay, so third match is going to decide who's going to go home with, well, more Go4 points. Go4 points are used to qualify for the monthly Go4 Cup, which is going to be about even more money. But I don't really have any time to explain what we're fighting about. It's 100 euros and the possibility to get 400. Let's keep it at that. And we're going to go into the third match pretty much immediately. They are already and want to start. They are eager to finally settle who's the best French team. Or somewhat French.
French in fort as well. Whatever that means. I don't even know what that means. Neither are surrendering today to get ice and goals. They're both going fully in. And we're going to see an immediate Guardian one-on-one battle over on the midpoint. We also saw a couple of Treb shots dropped in from the red team as well. So we're going to see Kazes jumping on that Treb as soon as possible. A defense as well from Ted Prototype with Ilt is going to mean that Kazes is actually going to stay involved in it, just making sure that he's not going to use that trip. And I'm not sure about the 2v1 over there doing that, to be fair. And we are going to see on mid a little just skirmishes kind of happening on the outside of the clock tower rather than actually on the midpoint itself. Now we are moving into that midpoint skirmish here with Toad getting a lot of that focus damage on him with that heal. He will be at full HP.
Now
and
and still fully re-engage. Yeah, he will re-engage. He could also have an eye. No, Tabs is reacting. Caps didn't see Syndrina anymore and is now having an eye, a closer eye on the mansion. Now the 1v1, Papakaza actually won against Ild. Therefore no trap shot and no Condi Elementalist for a while.
Nope. Not sure what's going on there. I mean, over here, look at Taps being quite defensive. It's a nice position he's at the moment because it actually just drops some AoE if people come out onto the side of that point, south point, sorry, of the clock tower. Very aware that Ted Prototype is not around. They don't. Oh no, he's moved back into mid. Ted Prototype being sneaky again.
So close. Tommy Tom manages to get back onto the windmill point, negating the decap attempt from Kazer. Now,
look at Prototype. Almost. Oh, 2 caps. How sneaky is Prototype being? I think he thinks he's a thief or something at the moment. He's trying to get these sneaky decaps. Awesome.
He is the Necro is not even a class anymore. He is the new Condi thief.
Yeah, he doesn't want to play a Necro the way he normally play it. He just wants to play. He wants to be a ninja. As soon as he got that, the spectral walk is just like, yeah, I can be mobile around the map. It's absolutely fine.
But the only problem is he doesn't really have the disengage capabilities of a thief.
No.
But judging from the downstate which Syndrina currently is in, apparently he doesn't either.
That's it. Oh god. So the red team are going to lose 2 members of their team over on that mentioned node. A lot of their damage potential has been extinguished, and now we have a 3-man fight over on this mid. So blue team aware now that there is 2 players out of the team and everyone's at mid. So it needs to be aware of that, which he is. I do think Kazers is going to get this decap over on the windmill.
Oh no, very great shot. There we go. Fast
nice
enough.
job.
Pulling down the elite for keeping that point. That is definitely worth it. We only have 9. Went German there suddenly. 9 points in between these 2 teams. Ilt currently the focus target in the mid fight, but not really that much aggression. Always with clock tower fights, we always see a lot of stuff going on the outside, on the ledges of the clock tower.
It's all about their stuff going on outside, Nick. Sometimes it's not always about the inside that counts. It's also about the outside. People say it the other way around, but sometimes it's just as important. Look at Toad going down on the other outside of the node at the moment. He's not going to use that free. Just wants to get dead and get back into the game with all his cooldowns as soon as possible, hopefully for him, because his team, even though they're currently ahead, looks like we will have a decap from Drazit over on the windmill at the moment.
Yeah. He's going to get the decap there. No reaction so far. In mid, we still have Tommy TomTom, although quite low. Manages to blink out of the Earth Attunement 5 ability there to get out of all those bleeding. So that fight is going to continue for quite a while. We are going to see the cap from Drazit on the windmill point, and now they are picking back up, and really depending on how long they will be able to keep the other 2-point neutral is dependent on how far their lead will extend. Popikaze now getting the damage down and also getting some poison down, but is it going to be enough to keep Prototype down? No, Toad coming in to assist with the rest. Now 3 versus 2, and Kaze almost down. A little bit of condition fear coming out. There we go. Down goes his Thief. Prototype picking him off, of course. Huge advantage having the conditions to just put on a Thief and leave him be.
Yeah, I mean, so having a look at this Henge at the moment, mention, sorry, and just this is going to be an interesting kind of fight here. We need some help for Taps. Taps needs some help, guys. Get someone over there because he's going to die soon and they're going to lose that. But the thing is, they want to keep that windmill. And they've actually just pushed their points just ahead. Look at the Smokers team at the moment are going down by the wayside for sure. I mean, Farrow is the only one full HP. That's because he's not engaged at the moment. And Red team really are picking up the kills across the map. I mean, this is good, but they still need to pick up the points. There is no point saving here.
Actually might get the, yeah, we had the Earth Armor Stability picking up the cap. No reaction currently. Kaze just strolling around the direction of the mansion because it's their close point, immediately refuging as he sees Syndrina in his vicinity, just spamming out the cluster bombs, giving him a little bit of damage, but Kaze makes it out safely. Now trying to get to the midpoint. Is he going to be a sneaky decapper? No, Tommy TomTom is on point, just waiting on the roof to take out Syndrina possibly, but he is disengaging quite well. We do have the static field for him to not be, for the Elementalist to not be chased, and we see a little bit of a switch in waiting around on the windmill point and making sure that isn't decapped.
Yeah, I'm just watching different people and like still Prototypes trying to go for sneaky decaps and whatnot and running around the map in random places.
That's handy as a shotcaster.
I was just thinking, like, the reason that I sounded confused then is because I was confused at what he was doing, because I was like, where are you going, dude? But he's just being sneaky and he's using different points on the map to be offensive, and it's nice.
He doesn't need.
Look, see, he's doing it again.
He is trying, and I'm actually surprised that he isn't going for the 1v1 against Tabs, because earlier he was really looking for the 1v1s against Elementalists. In mid, we still have the cap. We have now built up a almost 30-point lead for Team Champignon. It's not that much, but on this map, it's always a little bit more, because on this map, the only way you get points is kills or caps. No side objectives. This is old school hardcore, if you can call it that. Probably not.
It's not house music, Nick.
Hey.
That was good. But yeah, no, we are not seeing a significant pull away from red team, but they will start to happen as we see the 2-1 cap currently up for them. They are about 50 points.
Trebuchet engage on mid. They took out the thief. That could be a huge moment for them, leaving him be, taking him out of the fight, and only 3 people who can be at the midpoint. Possibly Ild rotating into the mid fight quite soon if the Trebuchet will have its effect, but it won't. Toad is just dodging and having a great old time.
Yeah, Dresler being very majestic over on that trip, and it's quite important because at the moment he needs to offer up as much support as he can because they need this decap quickly.
Yeah,
and no one is contesting.
Oh, now with the knockback, nice, brilliant
there's
updraft to prepare for the damage of the Trebuchet. That is the combination of CC and Trebuchet that you need on this map. Had a little bit of effect, but after, if we don't have any CC on the players, they will dodge it. These are good enough players to just completely negate a Trebuchet if they aren't CC'd, so they need to work together. And coordinating that, the CCs with the hit of the Trebuchet can be quite tricky.
With the hit of your gun, you are completely done. It's kind of almost a saying I made up now, but it sounded fine. They need to make sure they're going to get these caps on the mid now to sustain the lead. Well, they're sustaining their lead now, of course, without the decaps. So they need to make sure they're watching out for Mansion from the red team's point of view, and blue team's, of course, for the Windmill, which is currently Purple Tap's looking after Windmill, Prototype looking after Mansion. We are going to see someone trying to get over there. I'm not sure. Oh no, Cinder is actually having a look round as well. I think we did see a kill coming out. Purple Cosette.
Oh, we have another. There we go. It could get could not get interesting. We still have the shelter from Toad, which brings him up to a lot of HP.
Very interesting.
Next Trebuchet, though, nice immobilize, hitting Toad again. Maybe the next one still with a little bit of CC. Wybop is also taking quite a bit of damage. Toad goes down first. Are they going to get the stomp on that? Tommy Tom can't really rest. He has to dodge the Trebuchet still. That brings the advantage towards the Purple Smokers team, but also the decap on Windmill happens, which will extend the lead even further.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Taps is going to go down just off node there. So red team needs to be... Prototype is being careful at the moment, but when's he going to get bored and start legging it across the map? I'm not too sure. They have with the 2 cap now for them. Could this be the end for Purple Smokers? When you get to this point in the game, it is extremely difficult to come back because all it is point cap ticks. It's nothing else. You've got the Trebs to operate as some kind of decapping device as well as removing the dodge and survivability of the opposite team, but it's never going to give you the points. There is no Lord. There is no bosses. There's nothing to get points, guys. This is going to be possibly... This is the money game right here. Either one of these teams is going to win money today. This is important, and the amount of effort that's about to come out should be good.
And the other one is going to go home with nothing. And that is why the death of Karzer could be quite significant here. We have Syndriner on his healed. He's porting out to safety. The teamfight is really happening on the mansion. That is the last, I think, pretty much the last try for Purple Smokers to really get a grip on this match. We do have the downside of Prototype. Nice static field there. Didn't quite pan out the way he wanted. Prototype got knocked back by an updraft. Karzer disengaging again, and funny, new point to engage. We have Toad on the point. That is going to be difficult to take care of. Just the Guardian on there. They should have probably tried and picked the point without the Guardian.
Yeah, it's pretty... Well, to be honest, now, I mean, it's pretty much over for these guys. I mean, it's unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, they've got sustain on point over here. Even if they keep 1 point, they're not going to be able to keep it... they're not going to be able to bring back the caps unless they can get a full... contest on the caps, and also maybe just a cap ticking away. We've only got 3 minutes left, 3.5 minutes left.
There we go.
It's working against them.
Yeah. That's gonna be the... No, it's not gonna be the res. Actually, the damage from Draze was enough to keep Ilt out and to put enough pressure on Prototype to keep him from resing, even in his Plague form. Now up against 2 people, but one of them is Wybob. He doesn't really have the pressure needed, and Draze, with a little bit of conditions, not really condition remove on the Mesmer, so the Prototype can still be quite dangerous. Even the 2v1 not happening this time around. Double Storm to just don't even bother with stability. Decap on both points. This is happening, guys. The last try from Purple Smokers to get into the winning range. We are only 60 points away from Team Champignon picking up this match. So this really needs to go perfectly for Purple Smokers.
Yeah, this is the situation they need to have. This is the situation they need to have. Exactly the right situation they need to have. So, oh, maths. Don't feel me now.
We have Tommy Tom down. Mush not looking good. They might get the cap on the match point. Tom is trying to get on. Not enough time, even with the 3 cap.
Oh, they've got the 2 cap now.
We have the double cap. Tommy Tom is going down. Toad is on the point, but he's not going to do anything on a not neutral point. It is cap for the blue team. Double cap incoming. Wybob is getting some damage. They aren't going to get the cap on the mansion, but they could potentially keep it neutral for quite a while. We now need the res on Wybob. Is it going to be, we have the knockback, poison is on him, it's not going to be enough, he's trying to cleanse, but the stomp is going to be on Wybob. They need reinforcement on the windmill, but they are spread a little bit too thin as it is.
They need 4 kills, all they need. They need 4 kills. They need to kill Wybob and kill these guys on the snow.
Could this be the comeback of a lifetime?
Oh look, their kill comes out, 6 points.
Oh, but Rosé is going down. Kaza, we do have the play. No one could be it, and Kaza is the only one that could keep it neutral. There we go.